Will Studio have a meltdown or won't it? Da da da. Man, I feel like the mouth on my VTuber like mobile is so much better. Da 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 da. You gotta get the cuppa. Wow. Da 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 da. Love it so much. It's adorable. Why does it say upcoming? Am I not currently live? Waiting for? What are you waiting for? I'm live. Nani? Waiting for? What do you mean waiting for? What are you waiting for? Nah, I should be good. I should be live. Oh, there it is. Okay, it just took it a hot second. But hi guys, welcome to my room. Welcome to my bedroom. Yeah, you're in my bed with me. I unfortunately can't go on the computer right now because I'm having a hard time. I was in the living room on the mattress in the living room. Yeah, we have a mattress in the living room again. And I was struggling. I'm kind of fighting off of a really bad flare-up. And I'm losing. So I'm like, yeah, do something. Do something, literally anything else. Because I basically have to move from, like, now I have fear association to the bed in the living room. I have to move somewhere else to get comfortable. So here I am in my room. Shut up. Flaming Arctic, hi hun. JW, hi hun. Hi Beaver to Beaver. Hi guys, how you doing? Good morning. Late night streaming. Yeah, a little bit. Trucking! How you doing? How's the trucking going, bro? Oh boy. But yeah, what have I been up to? I went to an anime convention yesterday and I had so much fun. I went in full cosplay. I actually felt the most human ever. Like, I don't know. I was able to have conversations with people and I didn't feel awkward during it. It felt like being a kid again. Like, for example, somebody actually just ran up to me and was like, is that the Parfait pin bag? Because I was wearing my cosplay and my, like, new envelope bag you guys saw in my shorts. And I'm like, whoa, she called it out by name. I was like, is this your booth or something? Because I'm like, the way she was talking, it seemed like she was an artist in the artist alley. So I followed her to her booth and we just chatted the whole time. And it was very fun. I had so much fun. And it didn't feel awkward. We talked about Love Live for quite a while, and then I found out, like, Love Live is dead, and I'm like, whoa, I didn't know it was dead, like, everything's dead. So she gave me the 401 on that. Oh, man. Flare-up? Yeah, flare-up, basically it means, like, I have neurological issues, that they have no answer. It's kind of like how Tourette's doesn't have an answer and like seizures don't have an answer. It's like that in a sense of like it's a neurological something disorder. Something to do with my inner ear. We already checked the crystals in my eyes. Something to do with vestibular. I also have occipital neuralgia, which just exacerbates it. It's just a very fun mess. But yeah, don't worry about it. I'm here, I'm talking, we're fighting through it. The only thing that helps me through a flare-up right now, because, you know, my flare-ups evolve, I'm on Seroquel now, which sounds like I'm talking about, like, a cold medicine. I thought so anyway, until I was, like, listening to... Who here knows Class of '09, the game? One of the characters mentioned Seroquel so offhandedly, and I'm like, wait a minute. I'm on Seroquel now. What? Wait, that's like a biggie? I'm like, it was literally the med that one girl was on. Is her name Chloe or something? She's the blonde one that always is like, you know. Anyway, so I found out, like, oh, Seroquel's kind of a big deal. I didn't know it was a big deal. I'm an idiot. Oh man, I'm so stupid. Yeah, that's been the only thing that's been stopping my flare-ups. Like it sedates my mind so heavily that it almost feels like I lose the ability to breathe. Like I'm not stop breathing. It's just it stills my head so hard that I almost barely function as a person. It's not fun, but compared to like the rapid cycling panic attacks and the overwhelming dizzy fighting up a creek and there's no answer, I guess I'll take mind numb. It's a lose-lose no matter what, but at least this way I don't have to go to the ER. Like, I genuinely, 2 days before this weekend, almost went to the ER. Oh, but I went to an anime convention. Yay! I'm happy. I had fun. I walked so much in my high heel boot things. I don't even know what kind of shoes these are. I was almost convinced that my feet were going to have blisters on them. Like, my whole foot. My whole foot was going to have blisters. I had to ice my feet. They put the arcade in its own giant big room all the way in the back, and I couldn't even stand on my 2 feet. I was like a baby just in this poofy skirt, and I'm just sitting on the concrete floor because I can't stand anymore. There were other rhythm games I wanted to play. I only played like 2 rounds of Love Live, 3 games on that weird, I don't know what you would call it, and then that was it. I only played 5 rhythm games. I bought a 3-day badge for no good reason. I bought a bunch of VTuber merch. The girl I met 2 years ago that was Korone, I found her again, and I gave her 2 of the pins I had duplicates of from Genie. I gave her the Korone one, and she got the Bay one, and it was very sweet. We had a fun talky talk. I enjoyed her company greatly. It just felt so human. I felt so human yesterday. And then, like, the day after that, or the day before that, we did it twice. There's, like, a hot air balloon festival going around this whole weekend, and so we ate some fair food and, like, pork sandwiches, pulled pork sandwiches, and elephant ears, and I had a really good week after almost dying. Literally, this is what happened. Like, I get to a comfortable spot, and until, like, my body is like, you're dying, you are actively dying right now, it will just, like, I'll have, like, a renew of life, and I'm like, I should live my life. I should do things I want to do right now. And so I did. The only sad part is I'm at that, like, stage in my flare-up right now where I'm losing the ability to read again. And if you know, I've been reading a bunch of fan fictions, and so now I'm like, great, I just lost my ability to read fanfics. And what am I supposed to do? Watch more movies? I'm tired. I was watching Chowder the other day. I got so bored. I watched frickin' Chowder. Oh, man. That's a nightmare. But let me catch up in the chat. Sorry, the stream's probably laggy and all over the place, but, like, hey, it's what it is, because I'm in my room. The Wi-Fi got shot. Oh my gosh, we had everywhere around us lost their power. It was weird. It was like in the shape of Pac-Man, and we were like in his mouth, not affected. Usually we're the first to be affected by power outages, and that was like gone for like 3 days. Like the traffic lights lost their ability to even traffic, which is very, very rare for where I live. Like, if anything, if the traffic lights go out, you go out. You like, this needs to be fixed immediately. So they struggled for a couple days. J-Dragon, welcome, hon. How you doing? Let me catch up. Blah, 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 blah. Ignore Streamlabs bot. I have yet to turn it off, and I have no ability to turn it off right now anyway. Who needs sleep? All y'all fuckers need sleep. Like, seriously, the only operation I have right now is sleep. Like, I don't want to sleep. I desperately don't, but if I stay awake, I'm overexerting my mind and my body, which is what just happened in the living room not more than 15 minutes ago, and my body's just like, nope, gotta go unconscious, you gotta do it. So I took my night meds, kind of, I think. Ativan, half of amitriptyline, Seroquel. Didn't take Tylenol, don't need that, or is Toradol. Did I take gabapentin? I don't know if I took gabapentin. I took green pills, which is hydroxyzine fumoate. So yeah, I'm a bit medicated right now. You'll probably notice a drastic difference in me in the next 15 minutes, and if you don't, I'll probably be taking more meds. My life is so fun. You were so worried about giving gifts. Oh yeah! Oh my god, did you hear? Okay, I don't know how much about, like, the whole convention just went super well. I'm just so surprised, man. I went to an Idol, like, panel for these girls called the Cheery Girls, and this was, like, right around the time when I was in a Love Live group and we all fell through and it was really nasty. And so the year after that whole thing happened, so, like, in 2019, just before the pandemic, they did, like, their debut, I guess. I didn't realize how long it'd been. But yeah, they survived the pandemic and did their own concert, and I was there watching them with Corone, my new friend Corone. I don't know her name. She had her own friends there, and we were just cheering in the front, and it was super interactive and super fun. It was a Kaigai Idol festival. I just enjoyed it. I enjoyed it so much. I got a Polaroid. It wasn't a great Polaroid with them, but, you know, hey, scuff be scuff, and I'm just happy that I could just support them, and I was very happy. It was just so much fun. I went to an Idol, a Kaigai oversee Idol kind of thing. Oh my god, I love them so much. And they're locals. They're locals. They live here. They just live here. I'm so happy for them. I drew them fan art, like, way back when. Oh man, it was so fun. But another part of the story. Okay, I was wandering into the game arcade. Like, I went and got picked up by my mom because my shoes were killing me, and I was, like, hungry and I kind of needed a break, so we went to Wendy's, ate some chiggy nuggies. I haven't had chicken nuggets in a long time. Rehydrated. Then I went back to the anime convention, went to the arcade, and I just see, as I'm like, I don't know if I want to come here. Like, I was leaving, then I went back, and then I was going to turn around and just, like, officially leave, and this lady, this fully grown lady, she is dressed up as Mama Pekora. She was Mama Pekora, and I was giving out Pekora, like, pins, and I had one left, and I was like, I at this point was kind of tapped out, and I'm like, I don't want to associate with anybody anymore, but I'm like, it's too perfect. So I just kind of stalked up behind her, and I go, Mama Pekora, excuse me, and she just turns around, and it's just somebody's mom. It's somebody's mom. And I gave her the pin, and she was, like, talking about her daughter. She's like, have you seen my daughter? She's like, she's actually Pekora. And she's like, yeah, not a lot of people know, like, Hololive here. And I was like, who are you, lady? You're, like, the best person ever. So Corone found them eventually, and I had already left, and she texted, and she's like, dude, did you see that there's a Pekora, a tiny little Pekora wandering around here? Oh my gosh, it was so cute. And she's like, you made my day. I don't know if she's gonna give that pin to her daughter, or if she's just a Hololive fan and it was her daughter, if they're both Hololive fans. I don't know. I didn't stay long enough to know. I was just so, like, that was perfect. What a perfect way to end out that convention. Though I wish I would have been able to go yesterday to play. I slept. I slept so much I had to sleep again. I slept so much that Dreamy tried to wiggle her butt, like, too close to me to cuddle, and I was just not about that. And she just farted on me, you turd. Hey, Kazoo, welcome. Crabzilla, or Corbzilla, welcome to the stream. Hi, how you doing? Sorry, I have the chat on my iPad. I was originally going to be watching Nausicaa Valley of the Wind while chatting, but copyright. I didn't know how awake I was going to be, but just the convention as a whole was really good. I'll post, like, everything I bought, VTuber-wise. Basically, I didn't buy any. There was a few stands that had official VTuber merch. Like, I saw there was the Figma for Marine. I wanted that, but it was $120, and I'm like, I would rather spend that money on a local artist or something. But yeah, I bought more merch from an artist. I saw them there like 2 years ago, I think. So I got the complete set. I will say I was talking to one of the girls that had, like, VTuber posters, and I saw she had a Ritsu poster, and I was like, ooh, Ritsu. And so we're talking, and I'm like, okay, so I'll have 4 of your posters, because she has a deal for like 3, you get 40 or something for $40. And then she had, was it only posters for her? It might have been only posters for her. But yeah, I was like, okay, I'll take all 6 of your posters. And then she's like, oh, I have mini posters as well. And I was like, okay. And so I like look around a little bit, and I don't see the mini posters that she was talking about. And I was just like, yeah, I'll just stick with the big ones. And she goes, okay. And I'm just standing there, and she's kind of like scrolling about, not really on her phone, but on something. Not like a medication, but like she was doing something with her hands, like she was writing something. I don't remember exactly, but clearly she got distracted. And I was just standing there, and I go, yeah, I think okay, I will definitely get those 6 posters. So, and I started listing them off, and that got her attention again. And then she kind of stared at me. I was like, oh, you want those now? I was like, Jesus Christ. That was the only time where I'm like, girl, I feel you. I feel you. I know exactly what's happening to your brain right now, and I feel you. I was trying to do active business with her, and she couldn't compute what was happening. That was fun. One of the posters I got, she mentioned, it had like Gura shark facts on them, and all of those shark facts were like real. And she's like, yeah, sharks are my passion. I was like, oh, that's sweet. And then there was, a little buffer of like, now what do we say? I love her. Oh my gosh. I was gonna ask, is this your first like, setting up for a panel or something? Okay, so this was what was weird. I gave her one of the Pekora pens, and she was like, oh, that's so sweet. And she was looking for the Ritsu poster, and she's like, oh no, I think I'm out of Ritsu poster, because most people don't know her, and so I forget to restock. I was like, oh man. And so she handed me like $10 back after me already getting a deal. And she's like, yeah, just $10, and you gave me a pin. I was like, oh, well, that was supposed to be a gift, but okay. Like, at this point, we're too awkward. We were too awkward, so it was a little bit of a shit show, but I loved her for it. I'm like, yeah, I feel you. I understand you. Oh, man. I love it. I absolutely love it. But yeah, it's just, I enjoyed that so much. I went into going to that convention really worried that this is probably going to be the last year, that it's not going to be very good, that the community's going to be very blah, I think it's holding on. Not to take credit for all the things that they fixed, but they did like a Google Doc where they're like, hey, what are some, like, do you have any notes and like concerns or blah, 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 blah. I put, for when you guys do the schedule, can you put on those panels exactly what the time is? Because on the Google Doc, when I look over and it says like it's on the 5, is it 5 exactly? When is it? It's hard to read is what I conveyed. I'm like, just put the times on the schedule panel little blob on the Google Doc itself. And they did, and it was so fucking helpful, because it was hard to read before, because you would have to keep looking all the way to the left, then all the way back to the thing, and then all the way back to the left, and it was just not it. I also said, I said something about the Maid Cafe, how it always gets lost, nobody knows how to get to it, and nobody knows where it is. This time, they have a new problem with the Maid Cafe, where people pre-ordered to have, like, they could just go during a designated time, so they bought a slot. People showed up there after they paid the online $15, and then they're like, okay, that'll be another $30. I heard that the entire convention is that they had to pay an extra $30, and it was $40 just to go into the Maid Cafe. That was new and not what they did before, and everybody was pissed about it. So Yeah, they need to fix that next year. When they have a Q&A thing, I'm going to write that down, because I was talking with, all these new people, and all of them told me that same story about the Maid Cafe. Outside of that, everybody seemed to be having a good time, and there weren't any complaints. I think the next thing I would mention to them is that for the games, the arcade games, it might make sense not to have that close to the door. But for, people, there were actually a lot of people at this convention that were, had canes, wheelchairs, scooters, walkers. A lot of people with disabilities were here at the convention this year that I haven't seen before. And I feel like just shucking certain some of us, all the way, a good football field to the back to play an arcade game was kind of not it. And the chairs were even further on the other side of the building. There weren't anywhere for people to sit. Everybody had to stand on hard concrete. It was not the most comfortable. I just sat on the floor, and I'm like, if I get yelled at, I'll get yelled at, but I can't physically stand anymore. So that would be my next thing, is that wherever you put the arcade, please put a table or chairs around the arcade, because accessibility, and even normal cosplayers also are wearing really bad shoes, and they probably were feeling the pain, except most people are too skittish, and they're like, what if my feet stink? What if they get yelled at? What if I'm weird, right? And I'm just like, fuck it, I hurt, I gotta sit. So yeah, I think those are the only two negative things. It felt very chill. I will say a majority of their panels boring. I only went to one, and okay, I went to one just before the Cheeries Girl concert panel. It was about Toho or Tauhao, I don't know how you say it, and they were like, what is Tauhao? And I'm like, I don't know what Tauhao is. Good night, JW. Quite the adventure. It was quite the adventure. Honestly, sitting on the floor is underrated. I know! Oh my god, I love sitting on the floor. I feel like I've said this before, but you will always run out of tables and chairs. You will never run out of floor. So literally, when I was in high school and junior high, well, mainly junior high, my group of friends, we would sit on the floor in a corner, sometimes near the trash can. That was just our spot. Just us cool kids leaning against the wall, drawing anime and talking manga and all that stuff. That was our vibe. We were allowed to do that. You weren't allowed to sit in the hallway, but you were totally allowed to sit on the cafeteria. I think maybe the cafeteria people gathered that, maybe we're all a little bit, special. Because we all were. I'm not even gonna lie. We were all special. We all had our own things going on. Peak music. Yeah. I wish I would have been there for the whole panel. So actually, while you guys are here, I got a question. I heard from the panelist, the guy who did the Tauhao panel, he ran 5 panels. I didn't even know you could do that. I wanted to make a VTuber panel, but I have no idea how to go about it. So if you guys went to an anime convention and you went to a VTuber panel, what's the first thing you would expect the VTuber panel to be about? Would it be about how to become a VTuber? Would it be about how to make a VTuber? Would it be about the person themselves as a VTuber? Or a mush of the three, or something different? Brainstorm with me, because next year, if there is a next year, I hope there is, the attendance is... It has hit a comfortable peak in this local one. I'm actually looking into getting a passport so I can go to conventions elsewhere, because I found out that plane tickets don't cost thousands of dollars. I thought all plane tickets cost thousands of dollars, but if you're in the US, going to the US, it only costs a couple hundred. Uh-oh. Hold on. Lagged out a little bit. It depends. Those panels all could be panels. See, that's the thing. They had nothing going on panel-wise. They had nothing going on panel-wise at all. Are we back? Are we coasting? Hopefully we be coasting. Let me just try to make sure. Okay, we're good. my VTube studio, oh god, I'm getting drowsy. My VTube studio conked out. Ugh. Man. What was I talking about? Oh, VTuber panel, right. See, so last year somebody did a VTuber panel, but I don't know what the panel was about because I didn't make it. I didn't make it. I went the first day of the con last year, bought stuff, went home, never came back. I see Genta. So ideally, I would like, I don't know. I don't know. I want to do a VTuber panel. But I feel like the common VTuber panel stuff, like introduction to VTubing anything, is just so been done before. What if what if we subgroup it to like just talking about HoloLive? Just talking about HoloLive, like VTuber history, in a sense. Because that would be better than me trying to teach people how to be a VTuber, because literally everybody knows how to be a VTuber at this point. It doesn't take much. The first panel, good to be introduction, so all of these could be, it depends on what direction you're going with. VTuber panel are cool, but there is stage fright. Actually, I wouldn't have stage fright. I don't think I have stage fright. I would be more worried that the equipment I'm giving wouldn't work, so my presentation wouldn't present, because that's one of the first things on the form that they say. It's like, what equipment do you need to do this? So it's a given. They'll give you a projector and I think a laptop. So I would have to log in, I think, because that was also going to be like, what if I did like a fun little workshop or something? But I would need more computers, and that's not going to be a thing. Like, here, just make your own customizable VTuber model. I don't know. HoloLive is vast. It is vast. But that would be fun. We could all shoot the poop about HoloLive. Also, for next year, if I do a VTuber panel, I want to cosplay Maureen, Hosho Maureen, even when I'm a big girl, which I am a big girl right now. I'm like, fuck it. I've always wanted to cosplay her, and this will be my time to cosplay her.